to be a part of that VIP. And of course, when they make a booking, if they do need to call a plumber, they're at the top of the list. So he's now got money coming in every month, knowing exactly I've got 200 clients at $15 a month. I know this money's coming in every month. So you can be able to budget and afford to market and plan ahead. Does that make sense? Pretty cool. So now things are going much better for him, and he's pretty happy that he's done this, and he's working a lot less. So he's got money coming in, he knows when money's coming in, and often there'll be things that will happen that he can automatically, when the plumbers are out there looking at the inspections, they can say, you know what, I think your water heater's about to go. Before it does go, why don't we look at a program to fix that too? So he's got upsell opportunity going because they're in the house rather than doing it reactively. Does that make sense? Cool. So a lot of that's all automated now. He doesn't have to do that. The other cool thing is that all the payments are all taken automatically on the web. He doesn't have to employ somebody to ring around and chase up and say, Bonnie, where's your money? You owe me money. It's all automated on the web. As soon as people don't pay, they get reminders to say you haven't paid, but you're going to pay again. And if you haven't paid after 3 times, he just turns you off the list. So you're not one of those preferred customers anymore. So it's all automated. He doesn't have to worry about chasing that because that was taking a lot of manpower for doing that, right? So that's a little bit of an automation story in real life. Here's a couple of key little facts. 70% of small to medium businesses are still processing most of their data manually. Are you processing a lot of your data manually still? Yep. Bonnie, you do a lot of your stuff manually? Yep. What sort of stuff are you doing manually?
Scheduling.
Scheduling?
A lot of all those weekly schedules.
Scheduling for you? For what?
Employees.
So rosters and stuff? Yep. Okay. What else? Anything else?
We're in the process of attempting to do some kind of a system so that all of our products that we sell at the store are put them on a list so we can check, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this, you know, for the food products. So I'm sure that that's something that could be done.
Yep, absolutely, cool. Joanne, what are you doing?
QuickBooks.
So you're doing that.
Schedule as well.
Okay. Yep. Anything else? Look. How about you?
I just order my leads.
Yeah.
And I have to, if I have a conversation, I have to put it in. So
yeah, right.
that's,
good. What system are you using that? What are you using for that right now?
I have a software.
You have software
that I use.
Yep.
That generates leads.
Cool. Okay. Let's have a look. You can leverage your time, of course, if you've automated stuff. It's going to lower your costs. You're going to lower costs so you're not paying people to do manual things. Reach more people as well. How many people would like to reach more people? Yep. Great. Allows you to work smarter. We always talk about working smarter, and it can eliminate human error. I love this graph. This is a couple of years old now, but it says 79% of top performing companies have been using marketing automation for more than 2 years. That's probably more like 3 or 4 years now, and that number's probably increased a lot. But let's have a look at a couple of things. What would you do with an extra hour a day? What sort of things would you do with an extra hour a day? Sleep. Common answer is sleep.
Eat, sleep, eat lunch.
What else? Anything else?
Gosh. I would actually get started on the next day.
Right. So by the end of the week, you're actually a day ahead, almost. Half a day ahead. Good.
Get caught up on work.
Yeah.
Caught up on work. Great. Well, thanks.
I get caught up in my home life.
And your home life.
Yeah.
Washing, cleaning, just stuff. Cool. How about you, John?
Probably sleep.
Probably sleep.
Yeah. Watch a movie.
All right.
The bag that you're paid for.
Correct.
Walking out.
So Albertson's out across the valley. The last one was up here in Palm Desert. They got rid of all those self-checkouts because people were either not paying, skipping out, or those things kept breaking. So they said, we're not going to do it. We'd rather pay someone to stand there and make sure we get all the items.
Not everything works.
Not everything works, but there are still a lot of public bonds, and all the other ones still have it. So
And then the final thing that we just came in late on our list was that in some forward-thinking establishments, men's urinals can flush automatically.
Yeah.
forward thing, it's been around for 15 years, but that's okay.
I
Good.
don't want to go into any more detail.
Thank you for not going into more detail. All right. Good. How are you guys?
Everybody got it.
Well,
What do you
we had the banking and the self-checkout at
Yep.
the stores, but and online bill paying, but now you can do online meal delivery, online shopping, whether
Online
it's
shopping,
groceries or Amazon or what have you.
Right. Delivered to your door.
Right.
Fresh. Amazon Fresh has, was it a 4-hour policy? Something like that, that within 4 hours of you ordering it, and if you, as long as you're in the right zone, when you drive up to LA, you see these green Amazon Fresh trucks everywhere. It's like, wow, these are everywhere. People not even leaving their houses anymore to go and do shopping. Good. What else? Anything else?
No, that got covered it. We need another cup of coffee to get to the next.
And that's not.
Automated coffee machines, right? There's automated coffee machines. Good one. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you.
I used to market to hotels and high-end restaurants in West Hollywood.
Yep.
And the Hyatt on Sunset Boulevard, near La Cienega. Anyways, they were always noted as that's where like Elton John performed, and unexpectedly, major stars would just go upstairs to their lounge and start performing. They weren't planned, and so people used to hang out there a lot, and we wanted them as an account. Well, when they had a front desk that was normal, we could approach those people and get some time with them.
Right.
They got rid of the front desk and automated to a tablet that was software designed just for them, and they would greet you coming in the door.
Yep.
and they would be immediately plugging in your reservation,
Mm-hmm.
and it told the valet guys who had a tablet where to take your luggage.
Right.
And by the time she punched a few buttons, she just told you which elevator to take and to go on up to your room, or they had somebody to direct you,
Right.
and that was it.
Pretty cool.
Everything was done, billing and
Yep.
all
Things
that
automated.
stuff. Yeah, but it took away a little bit of a sense of security,
Mm.
because when you're standing at a big desk and they have a big computer and all this stuff they need,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like it really could handle. And when I watched them work and I watched people's faces,
Yep.
it felt like they might be missing something. They went real fast,
Yeah.
you know.
But did they miss
But
anything?
again, they kept doing it, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it worked for them.
Must have, I guess you get better at it. Has anyone ever been to Disney World? Stayed at Disneyland? You don't need to take your credit cards anymore. They give you the wristbands that lets you clock everything up to your room tab or your key. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah. What else do you guys have?
I have one that I don't think works, and I joined something called Cloud CMA.
Uh-huh.
And on my signature on my Gmail, you can click on that, put the address of your house in, and it'll automatically give you comparables.
Uh-huh.
Well, I also do that for clients, and I eyeball all the comparables, and I decide which ones they get, which they don't.
Right.
But the computer doesn't do that. So yesterday I had a client ask for one that wasn't right at all,
Really.
because they didn't choose to write comparables.
So the concept is there,
The concept is, but it
but the delivery is not
still
working.
needs eyeballs on some things.
So the idea is there, but just not the follow through.
But how could it be? You can't see.
I don't know how the system works, but I understand what you're saying, but it's obviously a breakdown where the people supplying the information is not supplying the right information or getting the right information to you.
No, they'll just take 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, and they'll
Right.
find whatever they can.
And
but
they're
they
not
may not
real
work.
comparisons at all.
But then the person's going, oh, look, it's worth $900,000 in this one.
Yep.
So anyway, but it's
Interesting,
also,
okay.
it's very nice for me when I am eyeballing
Good.
to have it all together.
Yeah, right. What else did you guys come up with?
Grocery store.
Everybody else said what we
Okay.
came up with.
What about car parks, car parking, garages, and stuff like that? You know, we don't have to pay anybody. We just put our card in and it automatically does it. Has anyone seen the garages where they have the red and green lights above the available spaces? You know, you drive in and there's a bunch of red lights and there's a green light 3 rows over. You know that there's a little sensor above each space, and when there's no car, it turns green. When there's a car in the space, it turns red, meaning that's where it's full. So you can drive around and you can see right across the car park where those free car parks are. So that's really cool. Automation. Yes.
Airlines,
Airlines, check-ins, check-in on your phone. You don't need to print anything.
robotics and plants.
Right. So there's a lot there. Did you have another one you want to?
I was just thinking, I went to a concert at one of the casinos, and it used to be that people playing used to be able to cash their tickets out
Right.
with a cashier that rolled a card around.
Uh-huh.
Now everything's automated with
Yep.
machines.
And I think Coachella, everyone went to Coachella this year, right? Coachella, I think, was it Coachella this year, Jeff, that they, or was it Stagecoach where they had the wrist? It has, I think it's called RFID, real,
Radio frequency identification.
yeah, radio frequency identification. So it knew who you are. And you go and buy your drinks or your food or whatever on the program, and you just swipe your wristband and it knows exactly what's coming off your account. You can load that up. You can load your account up. You can go to little kiosks and it'll come up and say, who are you? Put your PIN number in. You can transfer money to your wristband so that you don't have to carry those items anymore and worry about losing your wallet or your keys or whatever. Not that this has a key, but you don't worry about losing your wallet. So it has an automation system where you can do that. It's great for venues that are like pool parks, theme parks, water parks, and that sort of stuff too. So there's lots of automation going on. Ready to kick on and have a look at some marketing stuff? Awesome. So setting up automation. One of the things about setting up automation, especially on your website, is that you want to know who you're dealing with. Okay, if you don't know who's coming to your website, it's going to be hard to connect with them down the track. If you have a store, a physical store, let's say, Bonnie, that somebody comes into the shop or the cafe. Is cafe a restaurant?
Well, we have a restaurant and we have a gourmet market with catering.
Okay, so let's say the restaurant, someone comes into your restaurant, well, I come into your restaurant and I have a meal there and then I leave. How can you connect with me again after that?
Well,
If you don't do anything, if I just go in there, have a meal and then leave, is there a way to connect with me at all? Just by me going in and leave, and then after that I leave. How can you connect with me after that? You can't really, right?
No.
You can't, because you don't know who I am.
Unless you leave your credit card.
Unless you leave your credit card, you got something that I want. But if you offer me something that in return for me to give them my email address or some way to collect my details, then you can market to me anytime you like. Does that make sense? You can do that because you've got my details.
They do have this. Go ahead.
That's a loyalty program.
Great, perfect. So that's what I'm saying. If you give some way that I'm going to give you my details, a loyalty program is a great way of doing that, right? But if I hadn't had that loyalty program, if I just walked in and walked out, you wouldn't know who I am. And this is the same with a lot of websites out there. People have a website, they come to the website, they look at your information, they check it out and say, this is pretty cool, but then they leave. There is no way of you marketing to these people. So one of the ways that you want to do that is to start collecting their name and address, or at least their email address, so you can connect with those people once they leave your website. So I'm going to talk about opt-in forms and landing pages. Who knows what an opt-in form is? Greg, what's an opt-in form?
It's where you give them an invitation to something,
Yep.
and you say, just put your email address in, and you
Great.
get it.
Great. It can be a name, it can be a phone number as well.
Give me information.
Email address is the main thing, especially online. But what we're finding is the more information you ask for, the less likely they're going to fill it out.
Right.
All right. Holly, what's a landing page?
Oh, I think it's when you click on a link and that's where it takes you.
It's a page that you land on. It's pretty straightforward. It's where you are. So an opt-in or an ethical bribe, I like to call it. And basically what we're doing is we're showing people how they can triple their traffic. And all they need to do is click on the green button that says, I want access. Once they click on that button, we collect their email address. They're getting something for it. They're getting the ability to learn how to triple their traffic, and we're getting their email address so that I can use that whenever I need to down the track. This is our home page. There's two parts on here that we use. Up the very, very top, you probably can't read that. It says new here. This is where you need to start. That's called a hello bar. And this is, once you click on that, it opens up a little pop-up window and says, here's how you can find 3 ways to triple your traffic, 5 ways to triple your traffic. And we asked for their email address. By far, this little bar at the top is the most clicked on piece of our website where we're collecting data, collecting email addresses. And then also, if you didn't see that at the top, we give another option in the middle of our website to say, here is where you can also do the same thing. Now, these are all the same. They all go to the same spot. We're not offering multiple different things for them because a confused mind never buys. So, Holly, if they went to your website and you had up the top, you had go and get this report, and then something over here you said go and get these things, and then over here it's like download my ebook. People say oh, it's all too much, right? Everything we're doing is going just to one spot. It's all the one thing. In your case, you might say sign up for our loyalty program. Maybe is it a free loyalty program?
Yeah.
Yep. So in your case, you might say sign up for our loyalty program up the top there, in the middle, on other pages as well. In fact, some of the other pages we have, the about page. This is usually on most websites the second most trafficked website. Sorry, second most trafficked page on your website. Most people, once they've gone to the page that they land on or you've sent them to, will go to the about page to see who you are, to see what you offer, what you're all about. We'll always put an opt-in on the about page because we know that if that's our second busiest page, we want people to think, hey, sign up for our 5 steps to triple your traffic on our about page. Just there. We also have internal opt-ins. In this case here, this is a blog post. We're writing blog posts and talking about content. We write a long post. We'll write a long post every couple of weeks. But in here, we'll give people the ability to download that information in a PDF so they can read it without having to be online. They may want to read it on their Kindle reader, on their iPads. They may want to just download it and read it at a time that suits them. By giving them that opportunity, what are we doing? Tom, what are we doing when we give them that opportunity?
Capture your email.
Capture their email. This is already free. I don't have to, but this is how funny this is. We're getting a lot of opt-ins for this. It's already free on the page. They can read it. But if you want to download it, all we're doing is asking for it, and they're giving us their email address, right? Pretty cool. Pretty easy way. We're not having to come up with a new concept. We're just saying here's the ability to download this. Give us your email address. And at the base of the blog as well, every time we put a new blog post on the bottom, just in case they hadn't seen the other 4 or 5 that we asked them for, we put it at the bottom of the blog as well. Because here's the thing about this. Let's say, Joanne, that I told you about my blog, and it's a blog that's got content relevant to you. On my social media, and I might say, hey, I've just written a great blog post about da 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 da, and you like click on that, you come straight to my blog post. Have you been to my homepage? Let's say you've never seen my site before. At this point, when you're reading my blog page, have you been to my homepage before this?
No.
No, so you hadn't seen all those other opportunities for you to sign up. Had you been to my about page before you get to this page? No. Right, you hadn't. This is the first page you're getting to.
Oh.
So although you may be thinking, Okay, cool. So
And then
sure.
what
So
happens?
let's say that you're signing up to my 5 easy steps, okay? And my 5 easy steps may be a little email program where I'm going to send you one step every 3 days. Okay, I've got 5 steps to give you, and you do one step every 3 days. Right? So 3 weeks ago, Greg signs up, and I give him the first step on day 1, and then
That's done automatically.
automatically, yeah, there's automatically, right?
Okay.
Day 1, he gets that. A week later, Holly signs up. Now, by the time Greg's on step 2, she's getting step 1. And then you sign up later. By the time Greg's on step 4, she's on step 2, and you're on step 1. You don't join the list where he's at. You join the list because you started it at 0. Date when you entered. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and do you get a report from that,
A-
on those, from that program?
A report about what?
Those start dates or?
Oh yeah, you know when they sign up. It tells you when they sign up.
Yeah.
Because when they sign up, you know exactly how long people have been in the list. You can see when people have opened your emails and that sort of stuff too. Tells you how many people have opened your emails. Great. All right, so talking about what they want. So dynamic content is something that's just been starting to pop up a lot. The dynamic content is essentially content that's relevant to the people that are reading specific things. Now, in this case here, this is a blog post about 7 benefits of social media that don't involve driving website traffic. Now, this is a topic. This is traffic, about traffic generation. Now, on the right-hand side, can you see where that Facebook, that blue thing with the magnifying glasses on the right? That's what we call a dynamic widget. And this widget is talking about the best way to find your market on Facebook. Now, we know that people reading this article are interested in that topic. Okay, so we automatically connect the widget to the topic that's over here. Now, Tom came to my website and he started reading about MailChimp automation, for instance. Okay, we would have a different item over there, maybe a different product or a different service that we offer. Maybe it's a done-for-you service to set up your MailChimp. So while you're reading an article about the benefits of using MailChimp, suddenly this picture changes automatically. So while 2 people are on our website at the same time, you're seeing different images or different calls to action depending on what you're reading. All right, so this is dynamic content. This is starting to change a lot, especially when you log in. Some websites now, if you log in as a member, let's say they log into your site because they're a loyalty member, and you know that they're a vegetarian, then you're not going to serve them up information about how to cook the best pot roast or whatever, right? Because you know that's not what they want. They're looking for content that's relevant to them. We're becoming more and more self-centered marketers where we can individually now target people rather than be the billboard on the side of a highway where we're just marketing to every car that goes past. That's what dynamic content is. It's changing the way we're marketing people. It's looking at their specific likes and interests. Dynamic content, have you ever seen those ads where you've been to their website and suddenly there's an ad for them and they're on Facebook, then you go to YouTube and they're on YouTube and they're on the New York Times? That's a form of dynamic content. They know that you've been to their website. Okay, so it may be let's say it's an ad for Starbucks, for instance. You've been to a Starbucks website, and then Greg, suddenly you look in the New York Times because you're reading an article, and there's a Starbucks ad there. Then you go to Facebook, and suddenly there's an ad for Starbucks. You're like, wow, these guys are everywhere. Well, they know that you've been to their website, so they start. They drop a pixel on your browser, so they know that you've been to these sites. Now I can start giving you content that you like and serving up ads that are relevant to you, rather than ads that you have no interest for. Right? That's a form of dynamic content. Dynamic content as far as related posts. So when you read an article on our website, we're going to suggest other posts that are related to what you've just read. If you're reading something, we think you'd probably be interested in something similar, so we offer you some other options here. That's a pretty standard thing you can do on most websites, especially on WordPress, offering dynamic content related posts. As far as automation goes, thank you page upsells. We're finding that if you sell something or even get people to sign up for something, let's say it's a free report that you've got, how to organize your office in 5 easy steps, and then you offer something straight after that, they've opted in. This is a thank you page, what I call thank you page upsell. So in your case, you may say that you've got the loyalty program, people sign up for the loyalty program, that's great. Then instead of just saying thanks for signing up for my loyalty program, that's it, you may say, do you know we're offering coupons for Monday to Friday special lunchtimes. Get a $20 coupon for $15. And what you're doing is you're giving the opportunity for people to buy something while it's fresh in their mind. Don't wait for them to go back and read their email, sell it to them while it's hot. 2 out of every 10 people will buy what you've got to sell. And if you don't do that, you could be leaving money on the table. Give it a go. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen? People are going to say no. They just say no thanks. I would try to think about how you can sell something online. It'd be much better getting the money up front before they even walk in the restaurant, because then if they don't show, who cares, right? You're still getting the money. It's a lot better for you, profit-wise. That's thank you page upsells. Social media automation. There's a lot of automation tools out there. How many people are using automation tools for social? Holly, using social?
I think I am.
You think you are?
I think I signed up for something.
Which one?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, well, I told you about it, and I'm not sure the name of it.
Oh, okay. Are you guys using?
We are. Well, through MailChimp, you could do, when you send a campaign out,
Right.
you just check a box off and it
And you can
right
send
to
it out,
Facebook,
yeah.
LinkedIn,
So-
it sends it to all of them, LinkedIn, I think it's.
Yep, you can do that with
Twitter.
MailChimp. Here's the only issue with that is that if you're sending a specific thing to somebody, let's say they sign up for your loyalty program,
Mhm.
and you're sending in information about what they should do with their loyalty card right now. You don't want to be clicking and sending that out to everybody else because they're not members yet. Right? They're not members yet. So you're only sending information to people that have signed up for your loyalty program. Or if you're giving a special bonus for people that are loyalty members, you don't want to be sending that out to Facebook when they're not loyalty members.
Well, that's a question I have. How do you decipher or separate the, like, the loyalty program is held at one of our stores and then the restaurant,
Right.
and we share the same MailChimp account?
You can have different lists. Have different lists. Create a different list. Have the same account, but have a list for your store, have a list for your restaurant, have a list for your catering, have them separate. And you can move.
You can duplicate them?
Yeah, you can duplicate, or you can send an email out to all of them at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, you can send it out to all at once, or you can just say, you know what, I'm just going to send a catering message out. Thanksgiving's coming up. We do a lot of catering over Thanksgiving or whatever it is, whatever holiday period. I'm going to send a list out to those people because they're interested in catering. Or I'm going to send a list out to our restaurant people saying that you should book your Mother's Day lunch coming up or whatever it is, rather than sending it to everybody, because those people, some of them may not be interested in what you've got to say on that side of it. So create separate lists. Are you using automation for social media at all? Do you know?
No,
No?
we're not. It's a
Okay.
matter of, and you'll be getting, I was gonna ask if you could help us, because we have 2 people in the office.
Uh-huh.
And so.
It's hard.
We try to help our members
Sure.
with doing email blasts on
Uh-huh.
whatever. This would be a significant help to us.
Sure. Okay. So one of the best tools I like, if you haven't heard of this, write this one down. It's called Hootsuite. It runs around about $10 a month, and it lets you automate your social media on 2 fronts. One is you can check all your social profiles at once from one dashboard. So instead of logging in at LinkedIn and then going out and logging into Facebook and getting sidetracked with photos of cats and whatever your friends had for dinner last night, you can look at it all in one dashboard. You can flick from LinkedIn to YouTube to Twitter and see exactly what's happening as a management dashboard. But the beauty is that you can post out to those sites as well from here. So Greg, if you've got a LinkedIn account, a Facebook page, a YouTube account, and a Twitter, you can write it once and then click the profiles that you want to send it to, all done within seconds. Now, the cool thing about Hootsuite is you can schedule this stuff too. So I've got, in fact, I think I just posted a tweet about a minute ago. Did you see me do that? Did you see me do that, Amy? Did you check it out? So I scheduled a tweet that came out recently while I was standing here. I didn't have to be at my computer doing it. I've scheduled it because I know the times that I want people to be looking at my tweets. In fact, I've scheduled some tweets out all the way up until the end of September this year. So I know what I want. I know I want to keep stuff ticking over. Now, I'm not going to say that this is the only way you should do it, because social is all about being social. Okay, you should be connecting with everybody and making sure that you are human. We're building relationships on social, but there are times when you want to automate stuff. You can create tweets and posts that automate that over the next month. You want to go on holidays and you want someone to run the hotel or run the restaurant while you're not there, but you're not sure if they're going to keep up the marketing like you want it to do. You can schedule all this stuff so that it's all being done, and you know it's being done because you set it up before you go away.
All the major holidays we've already got scheduled through Mother's Day next year.
Right. So just get it posted on my gym, but then you can do something to the account too. Other social oomph is another one. Tweet deck. Tweet deck is the other one too. I like deck. It's my accent. DEC. I've never heard anyone ask me that. Great, thanks. Tweet deck. But I like it. I'm going to do a rip-off. Tweet deck. All right. So pretty much, now I'm not going to go into this too much, but there are a lot of tools out there bookkeeping-wise. Anybody automating their bookkeeping? Like you guys, when somebody rings up with a cash register, does it automatically sync to your bookkeeping accounts?
No.
No, you got to manually do all that sort of stuff?
The account.
Yeah.
But it's all through the POS system, so we can run really easy.
Okay, good.
reports.
So that for you, if someone wants to book a time with you, they've got to ring you up and you're going to manage scheduling options out there. Holly, do you have a scheduling calendar? Schedule once. If you've ever looking for a system that does this, schedule once lets you sync your calendar, your Gmail calendar to schedule once, and lets people book the time that suits them and clear on your calendar as well.
In your website.
On your website, yep. You can do all that as well. Shopping carts, automatically hook up shopping carts. Staff recruiting, there's all sorts of ways to automate staff recruiting. Invoicing and order processing as well. That's just a touch of what's available out there. Obviously, we're running out of time, but there's a lot of things that can be automated these days. It's just a matter of finding what is going to be the best one for you and what's going to save you the most amount of time. Does that make sense? Any questions about any of that? No? Has it been interesting?
Yeah.
Good? Okay, good. A couple of things. I'm not sure if you've been part of this. This is automation in action. If you want to see how this works and you haven't done this before, pull out your cell phone, and there's no selling involved. I'm not going to sell you. There's no upsells or anything like that. If you text the word sunrise to 96,000, so put the number 96,000 in there, and put the word sunrise.
Where do you put the 96,000?
Okay, that's the actual two. So
you're sending an email.
No, a text. This is text. So go to your SMS. You send a text, not an email, text. And who you're texting to, Jeff's going to help you there. 96,000. This is an automated system. Have you guys jumped on this? Have you seen this work? Have you seen this work?
Internet?
You should have a look at it. This is how we automate this, how we automatically send information out to people every week without us doing anything. This is all our work.
What info, like your classes?
Yeah, we send out 3-minute videos on just online marketing stuff. Every week in an email, you get an email that says, click here to watch this week's video. There's no selling, you're not buying anything, it's just automatic. So have a look at that and you can get an idea of how you can set some of your stuff up. The other thing I just want to mention before we go is there's some score, as we heard, Ryan, Stephen and Jeff are here. If you've never done a score mentoring session, these guys can book a time with you today if you want to do that. It's well worth your time. It doesn't matter if you've been to one or none or 100 of them. There's always things to learn. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you had a good day. We have some feedback forms of which we only took 100%. And our handouts were excellent, so make sure you mark down a 5 for our handouts today. All right, if there's no handouts, you can just mark NA. Thank you.
Yes, the handouts evaluation form.
Yes. And they're perfect, right, Ron?